innovation, and thank you, Chupari, for your valuable time. So we are presenting. My name is Harshad Pattu. So LIGHT is a litigation information tracking and evaluation system. So we'll go through this presentation. We'll have an overview, then objective of LIGHT's application, challenges, targeted population, innovation aspect, and unique feature of this application, along with great achievable outcomes and our future roadmaps for the same. Right. So LIGHT's application basically developed for the Justice Department. So whenever there is any cases against state government, where the state government is the party, so there are every individual department and every individual units work on their own basis for such a cases and for such where the state is a party. So we develop a such environment for the Justice Department which purely can monitor, purely can track the cases, each and individual cases where state is the party. So it's mainly focused on efficiency, transparency, and accountability for a timely disposal of the cases, and to properly monitor the flow. Right. So it's an online web-based system, right? That is being monitored by the Justice Department along with up to the CM level, right? This LIGHT application and this whole environment has been created way back in 2005. But it is continuously got improved, and in 2016 we have relaunched the upgraded version, right, with latest technology and combining most of the departments of the state. 667, right. So main objective of this application is to provide efficient real-time monitoring. So whenever there are cases, there are the manual process. Whenever at any higher level of government or level, we want to monitor the things of what are the cases, how we are going on the case-to-case basis. There is all of manual processes, right? So we converted this manual process into the proper MIS system, where it's it helps us to take a better decision-making system, right? Then it improves efficiency and accuracy. Right? So mainly record keeping. That's a manual process we converted into the digital, where whenever any cases are there, whenever any proceedings are there, everything has been kept in a online mode. So record keeping and timely information has been covered in this LIGHT application. So it also minimizes the duplicacy and redundancy of the cases. Automatic routine functions leading increase in productivity. So mainly each step by step is defined in this process. Right? What will be the next step? Appointment of the OIC, appointment of the advocate, appointment of the charge, kind of even throughout the payment process, everything is mostly automatic routine has been. Along with that, we also this application also included that assessment of performance from government advocates, litigation in charge, and OICs. So these challenges, sir, we mainly covered challenges before this application, along with the implementation of this application. So previously it was manually monitored, right? The process was overall manual. There is no digital process apart from the courts portal. In the department side, every unit side, there was a manual process. Monitoring was there. Even handling cases was not kind of monitored. Almost there is a chances that later had come from the court, or cases, or there is a appointment of the court, but still maybe somehow due to manual process they might be missed, and might be not available of the OIC kind of. So such kind of cases were happening. Along with that, increase of litigation expenses, because day by day there is manpower involved, there is advocates involved, along with the state government, right? So along with that, we also focused on monitoring of important cases like PLS, the contempt cases with higher value involved, right? Then along with also government policies which are created. So cases again that are we will look up, we require to look at a priority basis. Then while implementation of this portal with this holistic portal, we found some of the challenges. That's a CNR number from court, right? So we also integrate along with the department that common identification number. We identify the process. Then integration with court transaction data, right? So we we converted manual online, so it's a dynamic kind of thing. As and when the court has updated something, that should be reflecting our dashboard as well as the individual OIC and advocates dashboard. Then the major thing was integration with all courts, different courts. Motivating the officer, motivating the department and every stakeholders to have a mandatory entry and updates on a regular basis. Then and only then we'll be able to have a proper monitoring, as well as we'll be able to go through the cases. So targeted population, if we think about, we work about, it's a Department of Justice. That's the main department look after this overall rights. Then group users, there are 298 units registered under 52 administrative departments of Rajasthan state, which use right application for the overall state government cases. Then basic user, there are 7,290 district, tehsil and location basic users, which work on this application for the updates and entry of the cases. Then litigation in charge, approximately 8,400 officers are there. Along with their use, it's for day-to-day online entries. Even we look at the today's morning, we have received many cases entries that we require to review and go through the further process. So if we work about, if we discuss about innovative aspect or unique feature of the light application, sir, report at a glance and drill down. This is literally a wonderful feature we have created. At a glance report are created different dashboard manners, different hierarchy level. Right, there is a OIC department in charge, that HOD, there is a administrative head up to the CM house, right? So, sir, at a glance report are predefined reports that one as at a level required to look after on a day-to-day basis. Then we have created a drill down dashboard. Yes, sir, we have more than 40 plus customized search options are available. That if anyone wants to develop a specific report on a specific point or specific flow, he or she can select the required points, and then he can create own report. And of course, looking to this such use point and larger audience, that anyone might be thinking that it's a kind of huge application and that's quite hard to use, but not. It's a kind of pure easy way of application, right? And any layman person, anyone with a computer basic knowledge can have a easy access with. Right. So each category, that's the third point is really a very much important, that we have categorized each of the cases in a red, orange, green, based on its nature of case, matter of involved, priority, stakeholders, and monitoring basis. Right. Then auto updates from the cases, case status from Rajasthan High Court. So if anyone wants to check out what are the cases current status, right, as and as High Court's website, as and as that status updated, that is fetched with the rights application. Yeah. So next is whenever a case filed. So there is a flow. Whenever whichever department or whichever authority has the case, then he or she went the pricing from the government level, and there is a process. Each and every step has been predefined. Whenever case comes, based on the case nature, YC is appointed, government lawyer is appointed, step-by-step manners, payment to the lawyers are also done through this right application. Then there is a based alert system. I must say on this. As such, there is a case, there is a hearing on tomorrow. When we say tomorrow is the hearing, right? And by somehow, because of some urgency work, because of any other priorities that might be missed. So there are dates are going, hearing dates are cases study. But we have created a dashboard. That's a simple thing. Can talk about look. The email and SMS.
Sorry, sir, for interruption. Sir, can you please conclude your presentation in 2 minutes?
I'm about. Thank
Sure.
you. So each and every day, respective OIC, respective advocate, and the stakeholder SMS alert for their. So outcome. So as I already discussed, that's automation of the all process from case registration to the case flow. Right, decisions, pre-litigation, litigation, post-litigation are optimized. Till date, 5,20,000 plus cases are registered. 2 lakh plus cases are pending. And thoroughly, this all is monitored. day-to-day case is being monitored. Now time has been decreased, and one of the best things that I say is more than 75% cases has been in favor of state government department. This is we are able to monitor after this implementation of that light application. Right? And if in previous slide I have missed this one of last point, that's a low cost project, sir. It's approximate 17 years, and we have calculated the total of the expenses. It's only 32 lakhs till today, right? So it's a low cost and very much can be easily. So coming to the scalability roadmap, I'm about that's it is a easily scalable project along with national level as well. And future roadmaps are we have on continuous basis upgrading the applications, integration with remaining courts and Supreme Court is under pipeline, and integration with other departments. There are departments we are still working on. There's IFMS, pension department, and Rajkar's. And just lastly, this is the dashboard. This kind of dashboard is there. This is the master dashboard. As an as level, they can see the daily. There's a 2 days register, enter, update, deleted. How much cases are there in this week, this month, and total can be seen. And there is a data. And for any respective OIC, there is a talking point saying he can as on date have a rough have a summary of the cases and everything. So he can. This is the customized search I was. This is all from us. Sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good work. No questions from my side.
Excellent work, Mr. Tanwar. But the underlying purpose of the whole exercise is that the cases are settled or closed at the earliest. Any progress has been achieved due to this tracking system?
One of the progress I mentioned is that 75% are there are 2 points is we can say one is a timely updates and timely during the along with the proper monitor. So one point, sir, I might be missed. There is a option to upload the document as well have a combined file. So they rightly on advocate doesn't require they have a handy. So this is also something on a.
Okay. Thank you, please. Thank you.
Myself, Rajiv. I am Rajiv Gujral, Senior Project Officer from Department of IT, Government of Rajasthan. And the project that I'll be talking about is news media management, which belongs to Department of Information and Public Relations, Government of Rajasthan. When it comes to IT automation and IT enablement of by state governments for their departments, then I believe DIPR is one of the left out departments in the eGov space, and that is what makes this solution a unique one in the eGov space. So I just have a couple of slides to discuss, and then I would prefer to go to the live application. So as I said, the project was primarily designed for Department of Information and Public Relations with the objective of having an online system for capturing the print news media and RSS feeds about which the news which is published by various departments of the state on daily basis in local dailies. Subsequently, building an analytical dashboard so that automated ratings can be assigned to departments and districts as per the news published by them against them. The project started on 1st of October, and this would sound surprising to everyone. Like the go live was just 4 days after it. I'll explain how it was made operational in just 4 days. Then there was a mobile app which took around 1 month, and phase 2 of the system was commissioned in the month of November 2019. So in total, it took around 2 months to commission the project. No tender and no procurement was done to implement the project. It was all in-house effort. I mean, the development took in-house, and the solution is hosted in our own Rajasthan State Data Center. Now, the initial 4 days, which we claim to be the go live of the web application, was we believe in reusability of the existing components, creating core platforms rather than independent systems. So one of the existing platform was Rajadhara Survey, which was already available with us, and we just had to configure a service to capture the print news media. So I'll show a couple of screenshots for the from the mobile app. We just needed to create a web interface which would show the content which is captured through the mobile app. So that is how it took only 4 days to come out with, showing the data which was captured through the mobile app. The process adopted is, typical software development life cycle. We did system study, requirement gathering, designed the solution and developed it in-house and hosted it at our own data center. Once the hosting was complete, training was given to all the PROs of DIPR department. The primary stakeholders of this project are DIPR, but later the project was extended to all the government departments, because departments also have a PR cell. So we believe like the project could be extended and replicated to other departments, making it a statewide implementation. So today, the scope of the project is the entire state. The achievement was like we did it in just 2 months. We did it in-house, and the demonstration was given to the Honorable CM, and it was really appreciated by Honorable CM and the Minister IPR. And yes, we have been, in touch with the NEGD and MIT for getting this project replicated to other states. So the key highlights of the project was it's a bilingual project system. I mean, both web and mobile are completely bilingual, hosted in our own data center. It has a responsive GUI, and we can use it on a mobile phone or a PC or a laptop, a pad, and any device that supports browsing to upload and view the news media. There is an inbuilt moderation facility wherein the news, which is basically uploaded by the PROs or which is pulled by our RPA engine and then further tagged by AI engine, is can be reviewed again, and if any correction is required in the sentimental analysis score, then it can be done manually by a central team of which is situated at DIPR headquarters in Jaipur. So it provides real-time access to the state-specific news as and when it is published on the web. So we have tried to automate the process of collecting the news. Now, before this project came up, let me just show you a small document. Like before the project came up, how the news was captured by PROs, and I believe this is the same process which is adopted by all the state governments and departments. So what these guys do in PR department is they take the cuttings of from the newspapers, relevant cuttings. They tag it like which newspaper it was published in, what is the date, and just imagine, I mean, the kind of effort which is involved in doing this on a daily basis. So this happens on every day, and finally, a summary is then created for perusal to the HOD or the Honorable CM office. So I believe it is very easy to guess, I mean, the kind of effort and energy which is involved in doing this on daily basis. And the second problem is like whenever you want to search something, then searching something in manually using these piece of papers is again a tedious job. So that is the USP of the project. Now, the technology that we had used with a bit of technical parameters. We used Microsoft .NET for developing the application, backend Microsoft SQL, our own in-house AI and RPA engine. BI analytics was done using Power BI. The expenditure involved is really minimal because the entire thing was done in-house. CapEx involved was 12,500 only, OpEx was 60,000. And no new, as I clarified, no new procurement was done in implementation of this project. Now, the way forward is like we are right now we focused on print media news. Now we will be focusing on electronic media. I mean, in the TV channels which are publishing the news about government. So that is what we are working right now.
Sorry, sir, for interruption.
Yeah.
Can you please conclude your presentation in 2 minutes?
Yeah, sure, I'll do that. So this is the screenshot that I'm talking about. I mean, the mobile app which PROs are using to capture the news. And once the news is uploaded by them, It is as simple as, entering the newspaper details, page number, and capturing the photo from the newspaper. That's it. And the news is collected. Then it comes to the central web-based application, which looks like this. You can see on the bottom left, there is a cutting and the metadata and the sentiment score assigned by the AI engine, whether this was the negative news or a positive news, which is based on a pre-custom built dictionary in the system. There is a inbuilt search facility, so that this entire news repository that is built over 3 years is now searchable, which was not possible manually in that when it was done manually by cutting and pasting clips on the paper. This is a real-time news feed which is pulled by the RP engine. As and when the news is published, the system automatically captures the news from the web, tags the newspaper and the district. So that is where AI kicks in to the system. Most important aspect of the system is once a news is published, there is a process in government that the CMO or the concerned CMO, primarily CMO, seeks for the clarification from the respective department that there was a negative news published in the newspaper today about your department. So kindly submit the clarification. Now I'm happy to share that part is also online now. We did it 3 months back. Now the clarifications with respect to the news is also sought online. And once the response is received from the department, this is how departments are submitting their response. The response is going in public domain. So this improves better government citizen transparency. So for every negative news, there is an action taken report which is available in public domain as to what was done by government for that news. There is a strong analytical dashboard in the system which looks like this, which tells us, which paper has published how many news, what was the sentiment score, how much was positive, how much was negative, whether it was published on front page and like that. Now this is that daily report which is automatically generated, which was manually, created by PROs using hours of, effort. Now it is automatically generated every day and is accessible to all the stakeholders at the click of the button. The HOD of Department of Agriculture, when he logs into the system early morning, he just needs to click on this to access all the news pertaining to Agriculture Department, which is published in local dailies today. And same is applicable for other departments and CMOs. The last thing that I would like to share is this one. Here, based on the sentiment score, all the departments are rated along with their districts. So this tells us which department is pulling down the government or which district is pulling down the government. And accordingly, during every fortnightly review by Chief Secretary, all these actions and responses are discussed. Thank you. I believe we are running out of time, else I could have shown you the live demo of the system. So if there are any question answers, I'll be happy to answer them.
No, thank you very much. I just had one question in my mind. Who are one is the government machinery, they make use of this information. Other is the common citizen. So is there any increase in the readership of this or viewership of this as a result of this automation?
Sir, as I told you, the moment there is a response received for any negative...
I know it is on real-time basis. Now these days...
Sir.
These days on mobile, everything is on real-time basis. The moment you move your mobile, you get the news. Right. So my question is, as a result of this automation or real-time basis, you are able to provide the news. Is there an increase in readership or viewership of this?
Yes, sir. So as I told you, the responses are available in the public domain. So we have seen there is a significant improvement in the actions which are required to be taken by respective departments, and the responses are also being sent to the media houses as and when they are published. So which also improves the strong coordination between the media houses and the government along with the citizens.
So you mean response time has improved?
Yes, significantly, sir. There is still a lot which has to be done. So what we have observed is the primary, when the system was not in place, sending the letters manually to the department, there was no tracking as to how many letters were sent and how many responses were received. And once the responses were received, whether they were sent to media house or not. But this automation has, solved all those challenges, because once the response is received, it is published by DIPR and it has sent electronically to all the media houses who have published the negative news.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gujral. In fact, how do you go about this sentiment analysis? How do you decide which inputs are taken for sentiment analysis?
Sir, we have defined a pre-built, a custom dictionary within the system, which has some phrases, and every phrase is assigned a score. So if, as I told you, it's a complete AI-driven score, but there could be an error in that intelligence. So we have provided a flexibility that whatever score is assigned by the system can be moderated centrally by the team. So what we did is we created a dictionary. I'm just showing you one such news which is published today, and some score is assigned to it. So this is as we are speaking, this is a news published today in Rajasthan Patrika related to Home Department. So you'll see there is some score assigned by the system which is -3 based on the content of the news in the media. But as I told you, there is a central team who has the flexibility to further moderate it. So they can change the score here if they believe like AI engine has not correctly done that. So to precisely answer your question is, we have a pre-built dictionary with custom phrases, and then they have a corresponding mapping of the sentiment score with them.
Okay, okay. Thank you, please.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Gujral.
Thank you, sir.
One second. Okay, my topic is a healthier mind is a healthier nation under ABARP. So next slide. So these are my table of contents, that is introduction, challenges about this project, implementation, innovative aspect, solution implemented, target population, benefit, and conclusions. So coming to the introduction, Arogya Karnataka was introduced by Government of Karnataka on 2nd March 2018 with the goal of providing universal health coverage to all residents of the state. So the Government of India later introduced Ayushman Bharat. Since both Arogya Karnataka and Ayushman Bharat schemes have the same goal, scope, and similar moralities, both the schemes were integrated under a co-branded name called Ayushman Bharat Arogya Karnataka, and it's been implemented in assurance mode from October 30th, 2018. So in conclusion, the Government of India should also rope in the private sector hospital for the treatment of mental illness. This can be done only by inclusion of the psychiatric treatment and care in the private as well as the government facilities in Ayushman Bharat Yojana. This should definitely improve the present state of the treatment gaps in the mental illness. So coming to the challenges faced, there are many. Here I've quoted the few. The lack of structure in the community services, financial obstacles, system rigidity, boundaries and the barriers, inadequate training, policy and financing gaps, inadequate health reforms. So moving towards the implementation, how it's been done, with the implementation of Ayushman Bharat program, there are many disorders under covered, that is 18 disorders being included in the benefit package. Those are mental retardation, neurotic stress related, somatoform disorder, behavior syndromes, which again associated with many disorders like schizophrenia, schizoid personality, delusion disorders, and the routine walls. All these disorders are included in the package, which helps the people in need. So the innovative aspects are the quality improvement of the mental health program, and based on the community-based mental health programs, non-specialist care programs. So these are the innovative aspects. So coming to the solution implemented, so the mental health management and communication tool, so that we can promote about the mental health. As they say that the saying that sound mind is a sound body. So when we give more importance to the mental health, it will be directly giving the importance to our general health, as well as the oral health. As I'm a community person, so I give more importance to the oral health too. So coming, then it's improve the access to the mental health care, encourage the development of the drugs and therapies for the treatment of mental health condition. It as well as improve the care pathways and insurance scheme for treating the specific mental disorder by defining and adopting the standards of care. Increase in the number of mental health specialists and train on the non-specialists to deliver mental health care at community level. So after the COVID, there is increase in the mental disorder. It may be a depression, anxiety. So all this can be included and improved, and it gives a care to the public target population. So coming to the targeted population, in contrast to mental health care, all countries are developing to the some extent. Even in high income places, the coverage gaps from the common mental disorders often exceeds 50%. Then in low income places, the gap exceeds up to 90%. So according to the data as of 2015 on a global level, over 322.48 million people worldwide suffer from the depressing disorder. And as of 2017, more than 14% of total population in India, they suffer from variations of mental disorder. So the majority of the share includes the older adult females in India. So moving on to the beneficiary data, that is 15,529 beneficiaries till June 2022. And the overall percentage, approx 2% is being just used for the mental health package among all other disorders. So coming to the benefit, as we see and follow the model created to implement the mental health, to give a better health that will improve our quality of life, improves the relationship, reduce the chance for the complication, as well as reduce the risk of the medical issue, encouragement and support. So it's just as we have said that our scope is for the universal health coverage. This can be done by implementing this project. The conclusion, so better access to care, better mental health outcome, access to primary care with behavioral health management, higher quality of care, lower payment for the healthcare service, and it reduces the rate of acute care services. So all this can be done by just implementing the mental health program very well, and it doesn't cost that much, as main primary is only the counseling. When we do counseling of a patient, we will diagnose what is the cause. So from cause of it, we can give them treatment. And among 10, it doesn't require, almost 6 patients doesn't require a pharmacological treatment. Non-pharmacological treatment only will be better to resolve this mental issues. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to present my article.
Thank you, ma'am. It's in fact a very good effort. I appreciate this concern because it is a very neglected area, and there are not many good psychiatrists also. Even medical science sometimes don't take it that seriously, which it should deserve. But in diagnosing that you need some counseling or you need some medicines, it is very difficult, because everybody say, even the patients refuse to accept that he has some mental problem. He says, no, my watch is perfectly all right, your watch is is defective, it is not giving good right time. So
Yes,
how
sir.
do you diagnose it?
No, sir, as of now, like after COVID, there are many NGOs, they have started free counseling, sir, tele
Okay.
counseling. So that is greatly working. Even I am in one tele counseling, sir, Mano Vaidya. So in that, I am also working, so that where we are giving free counseling to the students, especially the students, because of the COVID, they don't have confidence to face exams, as they have not attended the classes, and whatever the classes online, they are not confident enough to present themselves. So we give daily counseling to them, and we have a checklist, sir, so that daily we give 5 things to do for them, and they come back, they're saying that I can do only 2 3. So I'm able to correct them and make them as normal before.
Okay,
Doing
then
counseling.
one suggestion.
Yes, sir.
Although you are expert in that, but meditation,
Yes, sir.
spiritual counseling,
Yes, sir.
yoga,
Yes,
and
sir.
above all, Ayurveda.
Yes,
as equally effective in such cases. Please induct these interventions also in your approach.
Yes, sir. When I'm doing also, we tell to do pranayama, meditation and all. So daily that is compulsory of 15 minutes exercise, physical activity for them.
Even good books also.
Yes, sir.
Very effective,
Yes.
highly effective rather, I should say. Because every time you can't afford to have intensive counseling, a
Yes.
good spiritual book is
Yes.
half the battle will won if you
Yes, sir.
catch hold of that.
Yeah, or even their hobbies, like if they are good in painting, singing, getting involved in their activities also improve them to come out from, as they say, empty mind is devil's workshops. If they get occupied in many things, they will come out of all the depressions or whatever the disorder
I
they have.
from my experience, I would recommend you that autobiography of a yogi,
Okay.
Yogi Kathamrat. Yogi
Yes, sir.
Kathamrat, written by Paramahansa Yogananji.
Okay.
You also read and also recommend to your patients.
Yes,
It
sir.
is
Sure.
I have no words to appreciate that.
Okay.
Autobiography of Yogi in English
Yes, sir.
and in Hindi, Yogi Kathamrat. It is almost available in 55 world languages. It is also a textbook in many universities and classes also. There
Sure,
are
sir.
110 universities in which
Mm.
it is taught as a textbook. You try this.
Yes, sir.
Just
Sure. I will read, sir. I will read it.
so. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am, sorry for joining late. I just wanted to know, is there any, you said 15% of the people are mentally ill and all that. Is there any way to judge that, okay, because of these parameters, if we judge he is sick, he's mentally sick, and these are the parameters which determine that no, he is normal, or it varies from person to person again. So how do we really know that a person is mentally sick?
Sir, like first of all, I mean, it varies from person to person. And basically, this mental disorder, like the person should come up, sir. In like we can identify little symptoms like anxiety. If they are presenting something, we can make out their body language, expression, all the like if they are depressed, like whoever active and being extrovert, suddenly if they turn to introvert, all those symptoms we can judge. But basically, first thing main, if the patient only come up and approach, that will be the I mean big thing, like a easy way of accessing it, sir.
No, but like my colleague said, no, they will say, I am correct. My watch is okay. Your time you have to set. So if they are really mentally sick, they won't come up. No, that is how I was doubting this 15%. It may be much more number.
uh,
Anyway, you have done good work. You are doing
Thank you,
good.
sir.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
This is basically the integration of the National Program for Control of Blindness with Ayushman Bharat Arogya Karnataka. So through the presentation, I will be giving you an introduction of what ABARK is, an introduction to the program and what integration have we done and how the process is implemented in betterment of the cataract surgeries. So what is Ayushman Bharat Arogya Karnataka scheme is, the state of Karnataka aims to have a universal health coverage. So based on that, we had a scheme known as the Arogya Karnataka, which would provide a 2 lakh floater per family per annum, and which later on the government of India also started a similar program known as the Ayushman Bharat, which had a greater coverage with over rupees 5 lakh per family per year. So both these schemes were integrated together and is now known as the Ayushman Bharat Arogya Karnataka scheme. Through the scheme, it involves 1650 procedure codes, which will be involved for any patient care. So in this, we have two categories. One is the general eligible patient and second is the general patient. So patient comes under the eligible category if he's a resident of the state or he holds a BPL card or a beneficiary of the SCCC data, or he's already been a member of the existing Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana. Then he attains a cashless service of up to rupees 5 lakh per family on a floater basis. Whereas if a patient is a resident of Karnataka but not a BPL card holder, he is an APL card holder, then we provide him up to rupees 1.5 lakh per family per year. So this is basically the Ayushman Bharat Arogya Karnataka scheme. Now, as I said, the scheme includes 1650 procedure codes. So out of these procedures, we have certain procedures which are related to cataract surgery. And we have another program at the national level known as the National Program for Control of Blindness. So this program was launched in 1976 and it's completely and 100% centrally sponsored scheme. The main goal of this scheme was to reduce the prevalence of blindness from 1.4% to at least 0.3% by 2020, which has now been a little delayed due to COVID. Knowing the global causes for visual impairment are basically accounting for unoperated cataract surgeries, accounting for 33%. And cataract is supposed to be one of the main causes of blindness in India, as per the NPCB 2015 data. So keeping these two objectives in mind, the NPPCP program had the following objectives and strategies. So can you please press enter? Yeah, so the main objectives of the NPCP program were they're conducting three main activities. One was at least to perform 66 lakh cataract surgeries per year. Secondly, to have a regular screening camp in schools and to provide at least 9 lakh free spectacles per year. And the third main objective was the collection of at least 50,000 donated eyes per year for keratoplasty. And to attain these objectives, the main strategies that they focused on was a continued emphasis for free cataract surgeries, as many patients denied surgery since it was a financial burden to them. The second thing was reduction in the backlog of the blind persons by active screening, which was done through the healthcare involvement as well as the involvement of other NGOs. So this was the main background for NPC. So now, through the integration, we integrated NPCB with ABRK and hence knowing as empowering vision. So through this, what we've done is both ABRK as well as NPCB has the main goal of attaining a community ophthalmologist. So we've integrated the major causes of blindness into the services at an affordable rate. So in line with also the Vision 2020 and the Universal Health Coverage Scheme, the main thing that we focused on was preventing cataract blindness due to cataract surgeries. So all the cataract surgeries which are performed in government hospitals or any private empaneled hospitals would be cashless, as well as the performing doctor will get an incentive. So through this, we ensure that people are, performing more surgeries so that the doctors are also getting an incentive. And since the patients are having a cashless surgery, they would definitely opt for it. The implementation of the program happened was to provide financial aid to the surgeries, as I mentioned. Second thing is with this, we can even understand what are the gaps in the government hospitals that need to be filled based on the capabilities module. And through this integration, whatever cataract surgeries have been done in the public health institutions for BPL population and Aadhaar would be claimed under the ABARK amount, whereas for those with the APL card or who are an non-resident of Karnataka or not having a ration card would be claimed under NPC. So the integration involves funding from both the parties. Next slide, please. So this is overall sum for the last 4 years, right from when the program has been started, of how we have improved in providing the services. If you could see the financial year of 2019 to 20, we've amounted for around 12,700 change surgeries. Whereas if you look at the rate 2 years later in the financial of 21-22, we've amounted to 29,900 change, which is like, double the amount of what surgeries were performed earlier. And this up till the present year, May 2022, is around 7,000, which is in a span of 4 months. So total out right now, out of this integration, we have performed around 64,310 cataract surgeries and provided funding. On the left side, you're seeing 4 procedures. These are the different type of cataract surgeries that are involved in the integration. Next slide, please. So what are the main benefits of this integration and how is it unique from different tests? First of all, an integration of the NPCP with ABARK is one of its kind in the state and has not been implemented anywhere across the country. Second thing, to ensure that there is no misuse or data duplication, we have the ABRK's IT platform, which provides us all the data. And second thing, by this, we're reducing the out-of-pocket expenditure as well as understanding the gaps in the government hospitals. And as we're providing an additional incentives for the doctors performing these procedures, there's more improved outcomes of the procedure. And at the end, overall, this will definitely strengthen the government systems as well as the health system. Thank you, sir. With this, I would like to conclude. If you have any doubts, I'm open.
Thank you, ma'am. Please just tell, are you covering glaucoma and other things or only cataract?
So currently, we've been covering only cataract, glaucoma, and all would be covered down the lane as we're focusing on what are the major causes of blindness.
No,
And,
because glaucoma is supposed to be a major cause of blindness.
Yeah, it is supposed to be a second cause, but currently we're focusing on cataract. Down the lane, we would be getting with glaucoma.
Okay. Good.
Sir,
Okay, thank you.
sir, good morning, sir. Dr. Suresh Shastri here. I am the joint director for this program. The glaucoma presently in this 1650 procedure codes, glaucoma is not there. Glaucoma will be there in the next package, which is coming as Health Benefit Package 2022, sir, where glaucoma is also part of that scheme, so that the number of procedures will increase from 1650 to 1949. So in that, glaucoma will be covered.
Excellent. Thank you very much for the clarification.
Thank you, Dr. Saab. Excellent work.